Hi, it's Kiat with another unique doll idea. So a few fellow doll customizers wanted to collab and create a mushroom fairy. And like a normal artist, I decided on the death trumpet. And I don't mean that in an edgy way, that I took the one mushroom with the word death in it. It's more of the concept. How would you turn this into a doll? How about I use this thing here as a cape? And that's how I came to this concept sketch here. The death trumpet is a mushroom that can be found all around North America to Asia to Europe. It looks really scary, doesn't it? Believe it or not, it's actually a delicious edible mushroom, even though it looks like it could kill 8 men just looking at it. That's what I wanted to convey with my design. She looks really scary, like the Grim Reaper himself. The fairy kingdom is struck with awe and fright when they see her in her mushroom den. But she's actually a really nice gal. She just looks scary. I already drew her with an I'm done face. And what doll would be more perfect than one of the cat twin sisters from the Monster High dolls? She's dark grey, has high eyebrows and a downward lip shape. A perfect victim. So first I need to scrap her clean and remove all of her face paint, her hair and her body markings. I removed her face paint with acetone and her hair will be just cut off. To remove the hair that is still left in the head, I heated the head up with my hairdryer, popped it off, and went in with pliers and a screwdriver. I know the cat twins are kinda rare nowadays, but she was suffering from severe glue head, and that means the factory glue seeped through the head and stained the hair. That's sadly barely removable. Besides, I get all my dolls secondhand anyway, so they were never a good condition to begin with. The body markings are removed by just sanding them off with a nail buffer. While I'm at it, I also removed the molded on pads. The string bikini she will be wearing doesn't allow molded underwear. I sharpen my watercolor pencils, seal the head with Mr. Super Clear, and I just start sketching. As said before, she will be looking like she's done with the world, but also somewhat regal and elegant. I love that sort of combination. I start with dark brown and slowly but steadily work myself to the shape I want. I'm sorry when there are like bigger segments coming up where I just don't talk a lot. I had so much to do at my full-time job that I just can't talk that much anymore. I'm recording this at like 2 in the morning. I'm blasting the Ronald McDonald Insanity song on loop to stay awake. I can still hear him when the music stops. I think he's in the walls. I jumped right into the black after the brown was set. I felt like I would be wasting sealant if I sealed too many times. I want to play with the lip shape in future doll projects more. I know fully drawn lips are always nice, but I want to experiment a bit. I carefully did it with these lips. I didn't fully draw the lips out. Small steps. going to be a goth, because the mushroom is black, but she still needs some basic fairy attributes, like pointy ears. I earlier cut off the cat ears, but I find them to be too round, so I'm making my own. I cut where I want to insert the ears and push a bent metal rod in the hole. That's a sentence. To make the ears, I mix Apoxy Sculpt and start sculpting. You can't see it in the video, but I struggled so hard with them because I kept touching them, thinking I can make them prettier. No, you can't! Stop touching them! Okay, here are the perfect. Stop right now. Oh god, the other side. Footage looks really slow, but I already doubled the speed. Just imagine how slow I paint. The slower I paint though, the more I have control over the plastic. Nail art brushes for the really small details and long line strokes by dipping them into my watercolor pencil's pigment. That way I can ensure they have the same color. Now I go in with black pastel and darken the area around the eyes to make them more seam set in. I also dabbled a bit in goth makeup and want to give the shadow under her eye some edginess. It's not completely goth makeup, I know, it's just kissed by the concept of goth makeup. But what do I know about a subculture's sensitive makeup rules? I dress like an NPC every day. Of course I want to match her sculpted ears to her skin, so I painted them with my custom mixed acrylic paint, which I would never make accidentally double the amount of what I needed, and now I have 2 containers full of dark grey paint. That would never happen. Even though she's the personification of the death trumpet, she isn't dead, so she's getting the little eye shines. We need to stay on brand. The hair. Oh god, the hair. The hair which took me the longest. The hair that totally didn't want me to throw her down the street. That hair. In my sketch, at first I wanted her to give her just slick black hair, nothing special. But that doesn't happen with me. Of course, they need to be special. So I whipped out the idea of a 1920s hairdo that is totally, completely impossible with human hair. But this is doll hair, so it would be fine, right? The hair took me 2 whole days non-stop working. And I'm just gonna let this roll in the back. I gave her a side parting to spice up things and started working from there by gluing on small wefts of black fairy yarn. I marked where I needed to go along the head and glued on wefts that were obviously too long for the hairstyle I had in mind. You see, the hairstyle is going to include around 500 curls, so I didn't know how long the hair needed to be. I glued until the doll looked like she belonged to a metal concert. The most exhausting part of the hair is here, styling. I used human styling gel, extra strong, so the hair would stay in place. I carefully covered the head completely in gel to flatten it out and basically make a base for the curls. Here's also where I start cutting and forming the hair to my desired 20s look. It's not 100% authentic 20s hairstyling. She's a furry. She's a fairy. She doesn't abide to human fashion rules. Not always. I also used needles to wrap around the hair to form it easier. You can't see my setup, but I put her on the top of 2 boxes and a styrofoam cutout. She was unstable to say at least. Honestly, the next part is self-explanatory, so I just let the footage play. You can't see the curls on camera, no! The black of her hair is too dark. My camera can't depict it right, no! How irritating! Oh yes, and sometimes the needles wouldn't stay in the head because I used clay to fill in the holes where I cut off her cat ears, and that almost made me lose it. At some point my fingers were so drenched in styling gel they shriveled up like I was in a swimming pool. Let's play Mikado and pull out all the needles out of the dry hair without destroying it. Level Nightmare. Don't make me cut you off. Now we're finished with the nightmare. Let's go to the next. She needs some shoes, and how about we give her the highest over-knee high heels that would even make Ariana Grande jealous. I first tried to make them out of this bandage fabric, but they were too absorbing of the glue, so I switched to good old cosmetic wipes and just cut them into small pieces. I wanted them to look like they are part of the mushroom. After the glues dried, I painted them with black acrylic. However, since all of the details got swallowed by the black color, I dry brushed them with dark and light grey to bring them back. She is, of course, getting a mani and pedicure in, what a surprise, black. And I also glossed him to be shiny. Not even gonna lie, I love giving dolls bikini pants. I don't know why, but I love dolls in bikinis. They are great, there needs to be more of them. So she's getting bikini pants as well. She will be covered by a giant mantle that is supposed to be her mushroom anyways. I used both times the same old jeans fabric. I cut out the square shape I want and then add a wire in the top to later then sew the wire into the fabric, so I can bend it to look like the top of the death trumpet. The lower part of the cape was too boring, so I decided to cut the fabric in a way to make it look like the roots of a mushroom. It also adds to her appearance as the death mushroom. To have destroyed clothes makes her look dangerous. I use tweezers, box cutters and a tailor scissor to achieve this look. I use very sharp tools that have very sharp blades that you of course should never touch. Not for shattering at all. Here, you receive your Idiot Award. If this content doesn't want you to make subscribe, I don't know what will. Besides pointy ears, fairies also kinda have fairy wings. I first was really ambitious and wanted to make very edgy pointy wings, but I was just unable to bend the wire this way. So she got the simplest wings ever. I sewed slightly shiny fabric onto the wire and then glued them onto the doll. I also beheaded the doll stand so the cape would have enough space. Last minute I decided to just add some more accessories and gemstones onto the cape to make it a bit more extravagant. Well, are you ready for the finished look? Here she is. I, like always, love her how she came out. I named her Cornu, deriving from the Latin name of the death mushroom. Do you like her? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please check out my collab partners, wonderful and extremely creative dolls, Stitch Wig Witch, Heliophobians dolls, and Insanely Creating. All the links are in the description below. Thanks for watching. Ciao ciao!